I've just hit level 60 in this game, and I wanted to try and share some of the tips and the questions that I've had to answer on my streams with you guys in this video, so maybe you'll be able to pick up on some of the things as well that has made me make a lot of money, progress real fast, and start ripping a lot of packs. One of the first mistakes that I did in this game was that I started selling my expensive cards. I regret that now, because now I am missing these cards to complete sets. Obviously, I didn't sell too many until I realized, well, money is actually not that hard to make, but getting your sets is extremely hard. Whenever you open up packs like this, you will get 7 cards, and in those 7 cards, every single one of these cards comes in 12 different variations. We're gonna go over them right here in the binder. If we look closer at this card, you can see the Nanomite is unlocked. This is the Destiny deck, so it's not the first one you get, but you can see you get them in the common pack because it has the common down in the right hand side of the picture of the Tetramon, and this just shows you that this is going to be found in any of the common Destiny packs. Now, if we go to the next side, it's gonna say rare. So now we're looking at another one. This one is the evolution of the Nanomite. It is the Decimite, and this one is found in the rare Destiny packs. Then we go to next page, Epic. This is found in the Epic Destiny pack. And last but not least, we have the Legendary. This Giganite is only found in the Legendary. When you see, this is what I'm talking about, the different versions. Here you have 12 different variations. You have the common version of the card, you have the first edition of the card, you have the silver edition of the card, then you have the gold edition, the X edition, and the full art edition of the card. All of these 6 cards comes in a foil variant as well. So this is the common foil. You have the first edition foil, the silver edition foil, the gold edition foil, and the X edition foil, and the full art foil, which always seem to be very, very pricey. Now, one of the mistakes I did early on was literally that I sold my expensive cards to try and get going faster. Definitely not worth it. Just keep your cards, especially the rare ones, because else you are going to be grinding even longer to get everything. Now, there is actually even one more variant of the cards as well. All of the last evolution of the cards has a ghost equivalent as well. All of the Tetramons that you're gonna find in the legendary packs has a ghost variant as well. This was the one that we're just looking at. The Giganite has a ghost white right here. You can get it in the black edition as well. I don't have that personally. And then you can get it in foil ghost, both black and white as well. Then they're gonna look like this. I only have a white version. Sadly, I have not been very lucky. I've opened up 20,000 packs and I've had one ghost foil, and that is the King Star here. Now, these are extremely rare. 1 in 10,000 in Destiny packs and 1 in 20,000 in regular packs. You can get the ghost foil and the ghost cards in any pack that you open up. Even though it's the last evolution of whatever you're trying to get, they can be found in any of the packs. So don't worry, you can open up these and end up finding them as well. It does not have to be a legendary pack only. And all of the packs follow the Tetramon's evolution. So you start off with the common basic pack. Well, this is the common basic Destiny pack, where you'll get the Pygmy. Then you'll get the evolution to Pygmy in the rare pack, which is the Burr Pig. And you'll get the evolution to that Inferhog in the epic. And Blazois you will find in the legendary. And as I said, you can get the ghost version of this in any pack as well. There's many ways to gain experience in the game, but one of them that is commonly overlooked is simply whenever you're buying items. Every single time you buy an item, it's going to give you 5 experience, at least so far as of what I've seen. We're going to buy 100 of these right now, and then we can pay attention up here, say add to cart, and then we go to the checkout and look, 500 experience gained. Little nice way if you just want to get a little more experience to get to the next level so you can unlock the next packs. Once you get up to a little higher level, you can start to hire employees. I did not bother with the first ones. I didn't start getting anyone until I could get this guy, Dennis Brandon, who has a fast restocking. And then I would just be running the cashier myself, and I would always price items because I was only selling one item, the booster box. I would always price them somewhere where I would never have to give back much change. So if I could, I would choose to sell something maybe at $40 instead of $42, take the loss of the $2, and then just keep going faster and faster, because giving money back, giving the change back, just slowed down the progress in how fast you could get moving with the next customer and gain even more experience. As soon as you can get Clark Cash at level 25, get him and set him on a counter, and you are pretty good to go. And the thing that I've found working best when it comes to pricing items is literally just do market price plus 20. Sometimes they will complain a little about it being 20%, but for the most part, it's just because I like it and my OCD doesn't allow me to have a lot of weird numbers. I tend to go to the nearest on the low end. So this, instead of being market price plus 20%, is probably going to be market price plus 19%, because I prefer to have even numbers. It does not matter too much, but it just looks a little nicer. And this way you're not going to be pissing off too many customers because they're too expensive. They always just go like, it's a pretty fair price. But pay attention to the market, because the market does go up and down quite a lot. And sometimes even changing out your boxes to sell something else might be worth it. For the most part, I think I ran with the biggest profit on the rare card box over the epic one. You can see still here, this is actually more profitable than going with the epic one. So pay attention to the market and pick whatever card box you can afford or you have unlocked that gives you the biggest profit. As soon as you get to the legendary, I'm pretty sure that is always going to be the best bang for bucks in the sets. You can see the Destiny here has the same thing going, except the rare Destiny is not as lucrative as the epic Destiny. You will find a bigger profit on the epic Destiny than the rare Destiny. And now you probably wonder why my setup is like this. Right now they're just restocking it, but I don't have a lot of stuff going on in my store because I just want to sell the item that I have the biggest profit margin on, that they're gonna pick up most times. And they're gonna pick up somewhere, it seems to be the average between some dude just pick up a single one, but most of the time they'll pick up between 3 and 7 boxes of these, and every time they put one of these on the counter, I'm making $155.73 for each and every one of them. So this way the shop is only selling this one item. It is not the best way to get experience, but I do believe it might be the best way to get money. I'm making somewhere with just this little setup, these 2 white shelves, I'm making around 80,000 a day with having 3 restockers and 2 cashiers. So I know you're not going to get that immediately and with the smaller packs, but do this and just help restock in the morning, and then whenever you have a cashier and you have a restock guy, you start to get time, so you can just stand somewhere and be like, hey, we're ripping some packs now. Don't worry too much about the customer rating. I haven't seen it actually do much in terms of more sales or anything like that, at least not to where it's noticeable for me. I really should pay my bills, right? And then you can do card games. I would just recommend leaving it on the standard one because it doesn't really cost anything. And if you're not selling your cards single anyway, it doesn't matter if you want your full art foils and such to go up in value because you're selling packs. You're not bothered by selling all the other stuff. The reason why I'm keeping all of my cards currently is simply because you can read in the roadmap here that there is going to be grading. And I don't want to end up having sold off all of my good graded card and then just end up having, you know, the scuffed one left because I was greedy and needed money. I'm pretty good on money. I don't see any way where I'm going to run out doing this way. Maybe you also get to a place at some point where you want to change things up a little bit. Maybe you want to try to see if you can make a little more experience selling cards or selling sleeves or something instead. And you'd be like, well, I don't really want to wait until all these have sold. What you can do is simply just take the table and box it up. And then if it's just, you know, very cheap items that you're not really bothered by selling, you can just sell it. That's going to give you a prompt where it's going to be like, hey, you sure you want to sell it? Obviously we don't, because this is very expensive. but we can just throw it down here and place a new table where we could then use that for whatever else we want. If we then want this back, oh, it is already restocked. Nice little way if you want to have a little extra storage space as well, especially if you don't have too many restock guys. Having an extra table that you can just put down just makes it so much easier if you all of a sudden end up selling out pretty much your entire store. Then having it done like that just make things a lot faster. It is a thing that do occur quite often in the beginning because you only have one guy to restock and yourself. And the reason why we're only selling one pack is literally to make the customer spend as little time in here as humanly possible. You could be running card games as well. I've gotten the achievement for 5,000 and I'm not bothered with running any card games anymore. If you want it for the achievements, do it. But if you just want to optimize for money, don't put the card games down. They are just taking profit away from your store sales. You want your customers in and out as fast as possible. You don't want them to have a ton of different items that they can go around and look at in the beginning. If you just want to be making money, just get them in, get them out, and move on to the next one. And the thing that I found very, very helpful as well, because I've opened up 20,000 packs by now, is simply the fact that you can actually use your controller. You can put a gamepad to this. I've changed it around so my interact, like, you know, open up packs is my trigger. And then I will just be standing here all day, opening up with using the controller. You can change your keys around as well. I found it better to have interact on E than on my mouse button, but mess around and see what feels best for you, because know this, if you're gonna be playing this game and you want to try to complete the sets, you're looking to open up at least 100,000 cards. So you're gonna be pressing one button a whole lot. Make sure it's comfortable pretty much from the get-go, because else you're gonna be in for a world of pain eventually. Anyways, if you have any other questions, please swing by my stream over on Twitch. There is a link for that in the description down below. And if you have other good tips and tricks that you feel like new people or even veterans should know about, please leave them in the comment down below, and let's go out and get those ghost foils and sets together.